Welcome back to Captain Crypto's Compass, and in this video we're going to look at SUI. Now SUI has recently had a bit of a correction, but I have found a key area of support in a pocket that might just prove to be the springboard for SUI's next push higher. So let's have a look.
Hi, I'm Martin. I'm the founder of Captain Crypto's Compass. I'm a trader and a professor at the Financial Freedom Academy. I am passionate about helping you to achieve financial freedom through the art and the gift of trading. I will be providing you with actionable technical analysis and insights on your favorite cryptocurrency projects to help you make better and more informed decisions. If you're ready to take your trading to the next level, you're in the right place.
Now I've gone ahead and opened up the SUI chart on the 1 week. And the first thing that I want us to have a look at here is this long-term uptrend that SUI has been in. Now SUI has been constantly creating highs and higher lows. We can see we have a pivot low, creating a higher high, creating a higher low, higher high, higher low, and it has followed suit. And recently we've even seen a interim double top print inside of a key zone. We can see we have two high pivots inside of this Fibonacci resistance area. So we saw resistance come in yet again. We saw SUI sell off, and we saw a pullback right into our key moving averages, being the 21 and 50 SMA. Now, to add a little bit of confluence to this idea, we can also see that I've drawn this trend line as a visual representation of the uptrend that I'm seeing with SUI from the pivot lows. So we have three touch points: pivot low, and pivot low. And this is giving me a visual representation of a potential uptrend continuation for SUI. So with this in mind, I've also gone ahead and opened up the Fibonacci extensions. Looking at the Fibonacci extensions, I've gone ahead and measured a move from the pivot highs to lows to highs, and this highlighted this key area here for me of support. If I just go to the Fibonacci extensions and I go from my pivot highs to pivot lows to pivot highs, you can see that the Fibonacci golden pocket for this measured move is sitting roughly between 325 all the way back down to 297. And we can see that SUI has pulled back into this key Fibonacci support pocket on top of the trend line and our moving averages, and it finally looks like the bulls are stepping in to protect this area. So it's a high value area, accumulation area for SUI. We have three confluence points that support has entered at these levels. We can also see that we have the anchored VWAP coming in from the bottom pivots here. All the way from the bottom pivot is showing me this white moving average line, the anchored VWAP, and that's currently sitting at roughly 287. So there's also a potential for us to retest that anchored VWAP as support. But I'm keeping that in mind. But at the moment, it looks like the moving averages and the trend line and the Fibonacci golden pocket are holding support. So this is a fantastic sign for potential push higher.
Hey, hope you're enjoying the content so far. Please remember to hit the like button and the subscribe button and ring the bell for notifications.
Now, looking at the support that comes in, the next logical question that you might ask yourself is, where's the next logical resistance area? Now, the first one that I've highlighted is this double top pattern. We can see that we have two double tops inside of this area here at roughly about $4.31. Now, to add even more confluence to this idea that we might see a little bit of resistance in this area is if I take the Fibonacci extensions from our previous lows to highs to lows, highlights this area as a key resistance pocket for the Fibonacci. So I'm looking for a continuation push higher into these resistances now, holding support on top of our key accumulation areas. Now, if this were to play out, I would be looking for something like this. We saw a pivot low into resistance, a pullback into support, and now I'm looking for a potential push into this double top to challenge it. Now, what I would like to see for a continuation for SUI is that we start holding this resistance area as support. So as we push into this, we can expect resistance, but I want to see candle body closes inside of this zone for a potential push higher into our next targets. So this is the setup that I'm currently looking out for SUI. I want to see momentum reset, push into these resistance areas and start holding candle bodies inside of this golden pocket resistance area for the Fibonacci. And as soon as we see that, we can flip this to support. We're pushing higher, breaking our previous pivot highs and holding support on top of those previous pivot highs. As we know, as soon as we break resistance, that area usually becomes support. So that's what I'm looking for here. And we can see the confluence in this resistance area with the trend line as well. So I'm looking out for that in the future for a hold inside of this zone and for a potential push into our targets. Now, speaking about targets, if we do have a push into these resistance areas and holding this as support, the next logical resistance level that we'll be targeting would taking a larger measured move using the Fibonacci extensions from our previous lows in August 2024 our previous pivot high at roughly $5.44 in December 2024, and the low pivot in April 2025 at $1.71 gives me a golden pocket resistance zone between roughly $5.75 all the way to about $7.50. So that's a fantastic upside potential target to have. So I'm looking out for that as well in the future. But if that is the case, we can see that SUI still has a lot of potential. Even if we just break into this resistance pocket over here, this could be a potential increase of roughly 26 to about 37%. And if we can even hold that as support and reach the higher end targets, we could be looking at a 66% to about 120% increase in SUI, which would be fantastic. Now looking at the higher time frames, we can also see that the one level is currently sitting at roughly $19 or give or take, and the 1.272 is sitting at roughly $36. So if we can maintain this momentum, there is still a lot of upside potential for SUI during this altcoin season that we're currently anticipating and expecting. So this is the setup that I'm seeing in SUI. High probability areas of support coming in on the moving averages. So I'm very excited to see what SUI does in the next couple of months. Peace and love, and happy trading.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this content, hit the like button, hit the sub button, and hit the bell notifications. Also, remember to click the link in the description below to join my mailing list, where I'll be sending you free emails and trading videos, and also market report updates weekly to help you stay ahead of the herd. As always, this community would not be the same without you, and thank you from the bottom of my heart. Peace and love. See you next time.